I'd like to start by saying how overwhelmed with gratitude I am to even be in this room with each of you, let alone standing in front of you speaking as the Teacher of the Year today. What an absolute honor and privilege. First off, I'd like to thank Dr. Bearden for making Forsyth County Schools a place where students and staff feel connected, celebrated, and valued. Thank you for your leadership and vision. To every single School Teacher of the Year and the Teacher of the Year finalists, Jamie, Isaac, Carrie, Erica, Suzanne, and Jamie, I feel humbled and honored to be your colleague. Each of you are incredible educators and people, and getting to know you these past few weeks has been wonderful. To the school board and community members that strive to make Forsyth County Schools the best school system in Georgia, thank you for your efforts, time, and dedication. Thank you to my principal, Laura Webb, for being so much more than a principal. You are a fierce leader who puts kids first in everything that you do. Thank you for believing in me since the day I met you in 2015. You have pushed me to be the best teacher that I can be, but more importantly, you have taught me to be present, to have fun, and to always listen with intention. The only thing I'm still working on is she's a Patriots fan instead of a Buffalo Bills fan, but we'll get there. To my administrators, Heather Smith, Katie Baldwin, and Danielle Halaski, you three are truly a dream team. The way that you listen to your staff, champion our students, and work tirelessly around the clock with smiles on your faces is noticed and admired by everyone who knows you. To my New Hope family, what a wild ride it's been in only a few short months. I'm blown away daily by the relationships that have been built inside of our building. We have all worked together to build a school community where staff and students feel loved, safe, supported, and connected, and that is no easy feat. A new building is filled with more new challenges than any of us could have imagined, but I'm hard-pressed to believe that you'll find a more dedicated, fun, and encouraging group of people than inside of our doors. From our custodial team to our cafeteria workers, our teachers, office staff, administrators, support staff, it takes all of us, and I couldn't be more grateful to work alongside each of you every day. I want to thank Sherry Black for taking a chance on a graduating senior from Wake Forest University and giving me my first job at Big Creek Elementary. It truly became a place that felt more like a home than a job for the first 7 years of my teaching career. I'm forever grateful to all of my Wildcat family for making me the teacher I am today. So much of who I am is because of my best friends, and 3 of them are here today. Thank you for loving me despite my 8:30 p.m. bedtime and listening to endless stories about my kids. You make me the best version of myself, and I'll never take that for granted. I'm so grateful to my family. Some are watching virtually, and my parents who are here, my biggest cheerleaders. I wouldn't be half of the person I am today without your unconditional love and unwavering support. It's not easy to live far away from your parents, but how lucky am I that mine hop on a plane to Atlanta more times than I can count. Because of you, I know the value of making every single person feel important, included, and seen. You're truly the world's greatest. To my kids, my sweet first graders, and every child that has ever been one of mine, I'm forever grateful to have been chosen to be your teacher. You mean more to me than you'll ever know, and what a gift it is that I get to spend my days with you. You are kind, funny, curious, smart, and incredible humans. Never forget that your voice matters in this world. You can and you will do hard things, and I'll forever be cheering you on. As teachers, we all know that there are a lot of extra things that go into our job. There are PLCs, new programs to adopt, countless standards to teach, and lesson plans to write. If you watch the news or even just scroll through social media, you'll see hundreds of reasons why teaching is one of the most difficult professions. There are a lot of outsiders with opinions on education, and all of this creates a lot of extra noise. But teaching is about so much more than this. I have a quote that I look at every day that says, "Remember why you started." When I focus on just my classroom and the people I share it with, all of that extra noise starts to quiet down. This Teacher of the Year journey has been incredible, but it's mostly been about what I value. But I'm not the only person in my classroom. and I'm actually outnumbered by 23 6-year-olds. So I could stand up here and tell you things from my point of view, but I'm not a teacher because of me. I am a teacher because of the 23 little humans that walk or run into my room in the morning, and because of the hundreds of kids that I taught before them. I thought I'd go straight to the source and reach out to a handful of past families to see what my kids remember about their time in first grade. We sometimes forget that little people have big voices, and I'm so grateful I get to share them with you today. George, who is in 4th grade now, said, "I always woke up and felt so excited to go to school. You made it feel like you were a part of my family because you cared so much, and my heart was happy every day." Finn, now a 2nd grader, said, "I remember my class cheering for me when I earned 20 stars for good behavior, and we got to do a dance party to celebrate." Ava and Eloise are 8 now, and both said the best part of first grade was starting every day with mindfulness. Ava mentioned how much her confidence in reading was built. She loved how it was an expectation for everyone to build each other up. And her favorite thing was that we met up this summer for ice cream. And then there's Lane, who as a 5th grader now told me, "Math and writing were hard for me when I was little. I remember you being helpful and patient with me when I made mistakes or when something was hard for me." Olivia and Katie were both in my first class, which means next year they'll be in high school. Olivia said, "Every time I would walk into your room, my mood would change and I would be instantly happier. You're so much more than a teacher to me." Katie moved mid-year and remembers how she felt so welcomed. She said, "You made me feel good about myself, even if I was struggling in certain subjects." They both talked about me coming to their soccer games. We are so hard on ourselves as teachers. There are many days we go home defeated and lose sleep over our kids. But listen to what our kids remember: relationships, feeling loved, going to their soccer games, meeting them for ice cream, mindfulness, dance parties. Because my kids felt safe, loved, and included, they were able to do math or read, even though it may have been hard. They don't remember our shortcomings, our lessons that flopped, or our learning targets. They remember how it felt, and it's our job to remember why we started. This whole journey has been a pep talk to myself during a time when teaching is really hard. We've taught through a pandemic virtually and with masks on. We teach students who walk into our rooms not knowing a word of English. We teach students to read, to become good friends, and that it's okay to make mistakes. We play the role of teacher, parent, friend, nurse, and so much more. But in August, your roster is a list of names, and in May, it's a list of lives you can't imagine not sharing your days with. So lastly, to every single educator in this room, I see you. You make a difference in this world, even on the days it feels impossible. There are days when you feel like you aren't enough. When those days come, remember, today a child believed in themselves because of you. Today a child knows that they matter in this world because of you. Every single child deserves to know safety, comfort, confidence, and love. And because of every single educator in this room, thousands of children come to school waiting to burst into your room to feel those things every single day. I hope that none of us ever forget that no matter how hard it gets, we not only have one of the most difficult jobs in the world, but also one of the most powerful. We're changing the world, and how lucky are we? Thank you so much for this honor.